The mirror's clouded. I circle my palm against it, catch a glimpse of my face. Eyes pink at the corners like they're decomposing. A shot of jaundice stretching to the iris. Blood veins spread out from two spots I scratched into the retina running through pines. On the second swipe I get to the meat of me, my center, nose, eyes, mouth, impossible to catch while driving, ears and graying hair, the distinct bristle of an aged's beard beneath my beak, the edges where this motel's bathrooms reflected, fake tile, seashell wallpaper, late March 1986. I count the empty bottles of Grand Marnier on the vanity behind me. Oh, Father, forgive me. Could it be I downed another before retiring? She was framed by the window, through the trees, past the barn, over on the other side of the road, catty-corner to Sid's Ford, where the strange country soul known as Clocko was parked. She moved across the room, flowered nightie sailing before faded flower wallpaper. Clocko knew she would return eventually. He waited, cat-like. The wind picked up, scurrying haphazardly across the highway. What leaves hadn't turned to winter mulch. Bare trees swayed under a lemon moon, which glinted in the melted ice at the edge of the road and its cratered dirt pull-off. There was a scraping sound, and then something akin to breath blowing slowly over a wide-lipped bottle. A car turned off Mabon Road onto the highway, splaying its beams across a house Clocko watched. Asbestos shingling in need of a paint job. Worn trim single-coated a dark green. A sloping porch with couches, dead plants, kids' toys, big wheels and plastic guns and roll carts. His pursed lips whistled, breathing out, breathing in. Clocko greeted the inner darkness by flicking a lighter pulled from his pocket. Cluttered kitchen, low-ceilinged, with a wood stove reconditioned for gas, 1940s icebox, rusted metal hutch, paper-crusted table, piles of canned goods and old dishes. He reached to his right and pulled forth a kerosene lamp which he lit. As the flame adjusted, the rest of the wrecked room came into being, along with his breath in the chill air. Clocko squeezed around a gaping hole in the floor and inched forward in the direction of a strange, scratchy sound. Stepped over a pile of rags and cardboard into the older interior of the house he'd made home since his mother's passing and his pa's departure. Clocko reached down and lifted up a scraggly gray and white cat by the scruff of its neck. It purred loudly as Clocko lifted the fur ball to his face. "How's my honey bun, my Beatrice?" he asked the aged critter. "Who's your lovin' man? Who've you been waiting to sleep the long night through with?" The wavering lamplight lent everything an end-of-time look, like the nest a dying animal makes before it passes away. At the edges of vision, things seemed to move and scurry deeper into the mess and darkness. I fucked up again. What's it matter if I'm alive or dead? Could this finally be what the old guy was speaking about? The end of my mystery? What all the folks I've stumbled on in this journey were pointing toward? Denouement, I think the word is. The end, as Jim Morrison sang. I checked the crumpled directions in the seat to my right, alongside my lyrical steels. I can no longer tell the time of day, whether it's dusk or dawn slipping by as the sky shows color through the trees rising up either side of me on this mountain, several ridgelines away from where I'd started. I sense myself rising above tree line. Off in the distance lies the reflection of a reservoir, the glow of small Catskill towns and hamlets, the passage of time. The hamlet of rock and roll? Fuck me. Maybe what they were really meaning all along was simply my fate to end up as nothing but the most tragic of figures, like these small communities that no longer rank as villages or towns that are lucky to end up on anyone's map. I'm fated to play out someone else's drama I can do nothing to avert. Not that I'm taking any action other than driving.